The way to stop reacting out of our inner children is to release the stored emotional energy from our childhoods by doing the grief work that will heal our wounds. The only effective long-term way to clear our emotional process, to clear the inner channel to truth which exists in all of us, is to grieve the wounds which we suffered as children. The most important single tool, the tool which is vital to changing behavior patterns and attitudes in this healing transformation, is the grief process, the process of grieving. We are all carrying around repressed pain, terror, shame, and rage energy from our childhoods, whether it was 20 years ago or 50 years ago. We have this grief energy within us even if we came from a relatively healthy family, because this society is emotionally dishonest and dysfunctional. When someone pushes your buttons, they are activating that stored, pressurized grief energy. They are gouging the old wounds and all the newer wounds that are piled on top of those original wounds by our repeating behavior patterns. We are terrified of this pressurized pain, terror, shame, and rage energy, of having our buttons pushed, because we have experienced it in the past as instances where we have explosively overreacted in ways that cause us to later feel ashamed and crazy, or as implosive reactions that have thrown us into that deep, dark pit of emotional despair within. We are walking around with a set of buttons available to be pushed by any person, place, thing, or combination thereof that recreates the dynamics of the situation wherein we were originally wounded. We carry this set of buttons, this baggage with us, until we release that stored, pressurized grief energy in a healthy grieving process. This society's answer to behavior caused by unresolved grief is to shame you, label you, lock you up, and/or give you drugs. We do not have to play that game anymore. We have new tools now, and we have rediscovered the healing power of the natural grieving process. It is through healing our inner child, our inner children, by grieving the wounds that we suffered, that we can change our behavior patterns and clear our emotional process. We can release the grief with its pent-up rage, shame, terror, and pain from those feeling places which exist within us. That does not mean that the wound will ever be completely healed. There will always be a tender spot, a painful place within us due to the experiences we have had. What it does mean is that we can take the power away from those wounds. By bringing them out of the darkness into the light, by releasing the energy, we can heal them enough so they do not have the power to dictate how we live our lives today. We can heal them enough to change the quality of our lives dramatically. We can heal them enough to truly be happy, joyous, and free in the moment most of the time. It is through having the courage and willingness to revisit the emotional dark night of the soul that was our childhood that we can start to understand on a gut level why we have lived our lives as we have.